which I think is incredible. Not much else going on out here. Some termites coming out still. I think we would have had the main termite emergence last night, and some wonderful frogs. Two beautiful frogs that we had last night. We had the bullfrog, the African bullfrog, and then of course we had a tiny little bushveld rain frog, which is a very corpulent and angry looking little fellow who looks like, the one we saw yesterday looked like he'd eaten about 78 termites. So happy. And also lots of scorpions came out to eat the termites. Now, no termites at all, which is quite interesting. I think the main emergence must have been during the course of last night. Now, it is, of course, middle of March, which means that we are heading slowly towards autumn, inexorably towards the autumn. And it is going to start cooling down. And the main thing, of course, for everybody to watch out for is, firstly, that the birds are going to disappear. So all of our migratory species are going to head off soon. Last few days, because of the rain, will also unfortunately start to calm down, and that's a bit sad. And then the next thing that will happen, of course, is that the trees will start to lose their leaves, and that's already started to happen because of this drought. And that's quite, I think it's going to be a very difficult time for the animals going forward. But time will tell. We may get late winter rain, that's not impossible at all. We'll spot a chameleon, or if we'll just see the darkness. It's not a lot out here, Gendre. Right. So it goes. And just to warn you, tomorrow we will be shooting this promo again, I'm afraid. So there won't be a great deal of action from this particular end. Marilyn, you want to know if a fruit bat is the one that looks like a flying fox? Yes, it does look like a flying fox. It's sort of a, well, yes, its face looks foxish. It doesn't have those, you know, the bats that echolocate have got these very strange arrangements and folds of skin on their faces around their noses, and that helps them to kind of, I don't know what it does, but it angles the sound waves that they send out that come back into their ears, and they can find out what's going on. But a fruit bat actually looks like a little fox's face, yes, because it doesn't echolocate. It uses its nose to find the fruit that it eats. There's a termite I was trying to catch to show you. Fortunately, I missed it. I wasn't a very good cricket player. Of course, cricket is a great mystery to most of our viewers, given that a lot of them come from the United States, where the thought of playing a game for 5 days where there could still be no winner is totally beyond the understanding of most human beings. Brent, of course, went to play cricket the other week, and he came back bruised and grazed, and his hamstring, despite him being such a young fellow, had given way again. And as Jerry makes a very good point, his hamstring is kind of, it's temperamental in that it's injured when there's something physical to do, or when he thinks he might receive sympathy. But when there are interesting things to do when he doesn't want to be injured, it's a remarkable, incredible recovery it makes. But you can ask him about it tomorrow. He'll be driving you in the morning. So we're heading back towards quarantine clearings. Maybe a bush baby will appear. Maybe it will not. Maybe something will appear, Gendre. Maybe it will not. thought I'd spotted something interesting, but it's a piece of elephant dung. Which isn't interesting, really, in and of itself. Hello, curious cookie. Yes, exactly, you're correct. You say, aren't ultrasounds kind of like echolocation? Not strictly. I mean, ultrasound, ultra means higher, infra means lower. So ultraviolet means light we can't see. Infrared is light of too long a frequency, or too lower frequency for us to see, in the same way that ultrasound is sound that we can't hear because it's too high, and infrasound is sound that we can't hear because it's too low. And ultrasound is the kind of sound that a bat makes, and it pings it out, so it'll make, say, a squeak, and that squeak will bounce off the insect that it wants to eat and go back into the bat's ears, and that's echolocation. So it's the echo of the sound off the insect into the bat, through which it finds the insect, and that is echolocation. So that's where the echo comes from, location to find, echo, the echo of the sound. Thank you, Curious Cookie, for clarifying that for us. I think so often, you know, we have these discussions where I've had them many times, or a few times, and forget that new viewers especially often don't quite get what we're talking about. And that is one of the great joys of this job, is that our new viewers, of course, are discovering for the first time, and are, I don't want to say older, because that sounds, you don't want to call somebody old, really, do you? Our more experienced viewers, for example, have a certain base knowledge, which means that we can have some wonderfully deep discussions about the stuff that we see out here. And that is tremendously stimulating, and one of the great advantages of being, very great advantage of being around, sorry, excuse me one second. Great advantage of doing this job versus a guiding job where you're meeting new people every day. Right, that's it from me, everybody. Short drive, short and sharp. Let's go back to Jamie. She's got some frogs. Thank you, Jandre. Thank you, Jerry and Louise in the final control. We'll hand you back to Jamie, and see you in the morning. Bye-bye.
How amazing are the sound effects coming from this little pan. I wanted to just try and start you off listening in the dark. I'm just going to be quiet for a second. A chorus of frogs. Now, while you've been with James, I've been sitting here trying to find each little frog. There is one calling right next to the vehicle. But the funny thing about frog calls, and I feel like I need to shout over them, although I don't want to do that at night, but the funny thing about certain frog species is they're almost like ventriloquists, in that they can throw their voices to make it sound like it's coming from different directions. But keep your eyes peeled. Let's do a little bit of a search. We'll do a slow loop around the outside of the dam and look for the possibility of frogs here somewhere. See if you can spot them. I've been trying. I think there's one hiding somewhere here. Oh, Amy, we'll just have to join us on another sunset safari so that we can find a bush baby for you. In the meantime, we're coming to the end of our sunset safari, and so wonderful to hear sounds like this once again in the bushveld. I'm so rusty with my frog calls that I actually can't even remember what species this really is. It's amazingly loud. This is what a normal summer soundtrack out here really should sound like. And a big thank you to all of you for joining us. Big thanks to VM and Wildebeest for keeping me company in that long stretch that was this afternoon. Long but thoroughly enjoyable. I really loved every minute of being out with all of you and enjoying getting to essentially have you all to myself for most of the drive. And a thank you to Jerry and Lou in Final Control. And most importantly, a big thank you to all of you for sticking with us, for your questions and your comments. Those amazing questions coming through over the last few weeks. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and don't forget to join us for the sunrise safari tomorrow. Cheers, everybody.